friends, today's our topic is legal liabilities of company. A corporation can do only those things which are incidental to the fulfillment of the purpose for which it has been created under the law. All its acts must different to its end purpose of creating the corporation. Thus, a company incorporated by special statute is limited to the powers conferred by the statute and those which are reasonable incidental thereto. The purpose of objects of a company registered under the Companies Act 2013 are contained in its memorandum of association, and the company cannot be beyond the limits of said beyond the limits so laid down for the activities. Legal personality on corporation which vest rights, duties and property in them. Consequently, a corporation can sue or can be sued and urge both civil and criminal liability for the acts done by it. Civil liability. Civil liability is imposed on the company as well, though the company is an artificial person having no brain and body of its own. However, it would be held liable for the wrongful acts committed by its agent or servant during the course of their employment. Vicarious liability. The company is an artificial person having no brain and body of its own. However, it would be held liable for the wrongful act committed by agents or servants during the course of their employment. The liability is based on the principle of vicarious liability. This is further strengthened by the Latin maxim of qui facet alium facet per se, meaning that the authorized act which is done through another is deemed to be done by him. The company is therefore liable for the torts of its employees and agents, just the master is held liable for the wrongful and negligent act of his servant, thus based on the principle of agency. The master, that is, the corporation, would be liable for the acts of the servants done in the course of employment. The operative word here is being the course of employment. Any act which has though been done by the agent but it not within the purview of its job and not been authorized to be done by the principal, the company shall not be liable for it. Only the person who does the act would be liable. Over the years, the concept of vicarious liability has been incorporating various other facets within its ambit as well. The questions whether the actions involving malice as an ingredient has been subject to the number of discussion by the court, and there has been a shift of trend in recent years. Earlier, in the case of Stevens versus Midland Country Reply Company, Baron J. Justice took the view that a corporation does not possess a mind of its own. Hence, it cannot be held liable in a civil action involving malice. Criminal liability. Criminal liability, a body corporate can be held vicariously liable for the wrongs committed by its employee, just as the liability of the principal actions to unauthorized acts of its agent. The view has been fairly new. However, the orthodox view is that a corporation cannot be held criminal liability for the criminal acts of its employees on the principle of vicarious liability. Summoned objects to punish a body corporate either criminally or by the enforcement of penal redress is in reality to punish the beneficiary on whose behalf of its property is held for the acts of the agents by whom it fulfill its function. It is for the reason the criminal liability of corporation is of exceptional nature. Even assuming that a corporation is deemed to possess an imaginary will, just as it attributed an imaginary existence by legal fiction. The only acts that can emanate from the so-called will are those which the memorandum of association permit it to. It is well settled that a corporation may incur criminal liability in case involving malice, fraud or other wrongful motives. A company may be held liable to malicious prosecution, slander or libel, or even